Hey guys, it's Mikey from CA. There's a lot of confusion out there about the MCK, the Micro Roni, the separated companies, Israel, America. I think it's time to set this fact straight. I'm going to tell you the story as it is. I will try to only touch indisputable facts and not talk about my personal feelings. As some of you know, I was the CEO of CA Israel before I was the CEO of CA here. So from 2014 to 2016, the end of 2016 to December, I was the CEO of CA Israel. During that time, we created the Micro Roni. The Roni was created prior to my getting there when I was still in the IDF, and the Micro Roni was developed during those years. I even had the honor of writing the tagline. I like doing that stuff. When speed and accuracy matter, I wrote that on my desk in Israel. And the Roni and the Micro Roni had great traction internationally. But inside of America, there were no sales. We could not get the American people to get into their brain that a conversion kit can be cool. It was looked at as a crutch. Go practice at the hand with your handgun using more ammo. You don't need a tool. So it was a tough battle to get over, and we didn't, and it was difficult. So we concentrated in America just on our accessory line, stocks, rails, grips, old accessories, and the conversion kits we would sell abroad. During 2015, the Oza brothers, Moshe and Eldad, who owned CA 100%, Israel and CA America, they sold their company, 51% of their company, and they became minority shareholders, obviously. And Eldad was here in CA America, which was the exclusive distributor of CA Israel. So CA Israel would make the parts, the grips, the rails, the stocks. They would send it to CA USA, and they would distribute them to the dealers, distributors, retail in America. And the younger brother Eldad was here, and the older brother Moshe was there. Even after they sold the 51%. They were still very active in the companies, the way the companies were run. At the end of 2015, I was asked if I can help with the CA USA. CA USA was running at a loss for many years. They just could not create profit, and they needed help. There was even thoughts about closing down the company. And in 2016, I had a unique opportunity to be the CEO of CA Israel and CA USA simultaneously, so which was good for the salary-wise at least. And it was difficult to run the company from there, but periodically I would come out to America. And I even went to a Big 3 competition. It's a media competition, I think, in Daytona, Florida. And the writers there were so nice. We won first place on the most innovative product. We had a shooting mattress and a sight and the Micro Roni. And we won first place. It was very cool. But again, we didn't have any traction inside of the American market. At the end of 2016, I had a very difficult time with Moshe. We did not get along. And I said to Eldad, who came to visit, either I'm quitting for the third time, I tried quitting there, or I'm moving to America. And he shook my hand inside of about a quarter of a second because he wanted to get out of the industry. He was here. He wanted to go back to Israel and leave the gun industry. So immediately it was decided that I'm going to move here. And in December of 2016, I moved here with my family to South Florida. The CEO who switched me in Israel was a guy named Tal Hermoni. He's a colonel from the Israeli army. Great guy. Love the guy. And we've served together. We went to NCO school together. We were underneath the same stretcher. And he took over, and he was like the buffer. So I didn't deal directly with Moshe. I dealt directly with him. And I came here and I said, okay, I don't know anything about the civilian market. All I know in my life is how to shoot a gun, basically. And I would go to stores and I would say, I'm from CA. I physically got kicked out of stores. The reputation of the company here was so negative. It was a very big uphill battle. But slowly but surely, we started to conquer America, slowly but surely. And we got lucky. And one of the things that we got lucky was with Rated Red. Rated Red was a Facebook production company who interviewed me at the 2017 SHOT Show. And they did an interview, simple interview, me standing in the booth explaining the Micro Roni. And I remember this date, on the 22nd of March 2017, they posted the video. And I only knew this because I asked my guys what was our retail sales yesterday, and it was like 20 times what our average, and we didn't even know what it was. No one even told us they're going to be posting it. So it wasn't coordinated. It wasn't something we paid for. Just someone interviewed me like they always interview. This video ended up doing 17 million views, and it was a game changer for us. Suddenly people started hearing about the Micro Roni, and it was very cool that I was able to build the brand here, and we were able to create the brand here even though it was non-existent prior. And then we even started having fun. I made movies with the macaroni, Micro Roni. Everyone was calling it the macaroni and cheese and all that. And we had all these videos that we can show you that we put up there. And I got onto the NRA TV, and Colin Noor interviewed me. And we did all this kind of stuff to kind of gain traction. And everything was great. We started selling more. We started making money. It was all good. And then unfortunately, in mid-2018, after he was there for a year and a half, Tal, the CEO that switched me, also fought with Moshe, and he quit. This was basically the beginning of the end, because Moshe then appointed himself, even though he had 49% of the company with his brother, to be the CEO of that company. And it's still the situation until now. And he decided on day one to change all of our payment terms, which he himself created, because he owned 49% of our company here, and started selling the Micro Roni not to us anymore, because we were his exclusive distributor. He started selling it through a back end of a company called YRS, who would sell out of his home, out of his garage in Israel, and he would sell directly to retail people here in America. So it was not going through us anymore. Now this is problematic, but it gets really, really bad for two major reasons. When YRS was selling the Micro Roni in 2018, when Moshe took over in May, they brought down the price so low that they didn't go below the dealer price. That would be bad. They went below the distributor price, which is now impossible to deal with. Meaning, YRS was selling the Micro Roni for around $200 when the distributor, the wholesale price was $220. The dealer price was $270, and the retail was $349. Now, he's selling it so low to the end user that all the distributors start calling me. He says, Mikey, what is this? This guy is selling the product that we bought from you, not at a higher price than we buy from you, at a lower price than we buy from you, and that's for the end user. So you're killing the brand, Mikey. You're killing the product, and I had no control. I could not stop them from shipping those retail orders from Israel directly to America. I couldn't stop it. But it was more problematic than that. There was a legal issue. The brace that we use on the Micro Roni back then and the MCK today is licensed to us by a company called SB Tactical. And then we can show you guys the contracts and all of that stuff. We had an exclusive licensing agreement with SB Tactical, meaning we're the only ones that can put a stabilizer brace, SB Tactical stabilizer brace, on a handgun conversion kit. But for that, we need to pay them royalties. So every stabilizer we sell, they get money, SB Tactical. That's the way it works. The problem was when they were selling them directly from Israel to the end user, they jumped over SB Tactical. They bypassed SB Tactical, and never once did they pay them royalties. We were supposed to pay them from America, but the product wasn't coming through us. So they were selling it directly there. Now SB Tactical's getting pissed, and rightly so, that they're not getting paid. So they wrote letters to Israel, to YRS, to Moshe, to cease and desist and stop, and they ignored them as usual, and then they just stopped the contract. And they built a new contract between SB Tactical and us, which you can see right here. And now we basically took out the third side, because the third side, Israel wasn't paying them the royalties. They were just selling it to America without telling them. And we now have the exclusive license just between us. Originally, it was a three-way contract. It was Israel when I was there, America, and SB Tactical. Israel makes, CA USA buys and sells and pays the royalties. Now CA Israel is making them and not selling it to us and going around us, and no one's paying SB Tactical. And that's how the division really started. Then it's lawsuits back and forth. We're suing them, they're suing us. It was crazy. It wasn't fun. And in the end, we got to a agreement with which we wanted, that we are no longer, Moshe owns 100% of Israel, and he does not own any of CA USA. So the company's divided. I think there's lawsuits now between Eldad and Moshe, and they're fighting themselves, but the separation has been between the companies. And now we actually compete with the Micro Roni. which is pretty much crazy because I built the Micro Roni brand. Kind of frustrating for me that all these viral videos I was able to do, I now have to compete with myself. It's not a simple thing. But when we saw this happening, we had to choose. Do we close the company? Do I fire all the 35 employees that I had back then? Do I send them all home? Or do we fight for survival? Do we try to stay alive and create our own product? So we molded my hand. We built the grip that we use on the MCK. We went and improved on everything that I knew about the conversion kits. I then went to the Gen 2, and we even improved the Gen 1 even more so. And we went into different models, the Springfields and the Zig Zauers and the Smith & Wessons and other Glocks that we didn't have, the 43s, the 26s, the 2021s. We went into a whole new world. Now we're coming out with the Taurus and the Koenig and 2930s and the CZs. We're having a lot of fun, a lot of add-ons as well. And again, we were very, very lucky because when we started the MCK about 2 years ago, a little bit more, 2 years and a few months, we had a lot of help. And there were some great guys out there who helped us become who we are today. You know, Barrett, True Exodus, the preacher from Indiana. You know, he did a video, one of them did like 27 million views, another one did like 21 million views. Craziness, this is all on Facebook. Edwin Sarkazian, Matt from Demolition Ranch did a few videos that went viral and were crazy successful. Black Rambo, Drew Hopkins, Guns Daily, Lenny McGill from Glock Store, Texas Plinkin. We had a whole bunch of guys that did videos for us, and it gained multiple traction. We've done over 250 million views on social media with content that either we created, and we did a Trump video that was a lot of fun, or our friends created. And the relationship that we built with the wholesalers, with the major distributors, the Sports Souths, the RSRs, the Xanders, the Chattanooga, the Amchars, the Bill Hicks, all these guys, was so strong that every single one of the major distributors in America carry our product. And they don't carry anyone else's product. None of our competition is in the distributor chain. The reason is the SB Tactical patent. You can sell that on retail. No one's going to stop you at customs when you're selling 1, 2, and 3. But if you're selling to a distributor, SB Tactical, the president, sent out this letter over here to all the dealers and distributors stating very clearly that YRS and CA Industries are violating their patent. So none of these distributors carry the Micro Roni. They're selling it online. They're marketing. I think we created the conversion kit market here in America. But that is this true story, and we are incredibly proud that the MCK is made in America by Americans and sold by Americans. This is a big deal for us. Our tagline is MCK made in the USA. This is more important to us than anything else. So that is the difference between the Micro Roni and the MCK. That is the story. There are no lawsuits going on now. We sell the MCK, we have permission to do that. He sells the Micro Roni, he has permission to do that. And now we compete. And we believe that our product, obviously because we're not objective, is superior. We have many different models and many more add-ons. But more so than that, we protect our distributors. We protect our dealers. We protect map prices. We don't play with this stuff. We won't sell it to an internet guy who's going to go so below MSRP and map that he's hurting someone else. We cater the level battleground, a play field. And what's so important here, and I think this is why all the distributors continue to reordering for us, we're doing almost 24/7 here. We have like 85 employees. Because of people like you, we were able to hire more people and give more Americans jobs. And this is only because of the trust you guys put into us. So you guys have been amazing. And we have some of these guys it's like a cult following. Some people have 8 and 10 MCKs, and they become like family, you know, and we have a tendency to tell people when they buy our product, you know, welcome to the family. And this family has grown crazy. And this has been a game changer for us. So we respect and are humbled by the loyalty and love you guys show us, and we hope this continues. We're going to ride the wave as long as we can. Be safe, be good, take care.